Cody revealed on Raw that Randy Orton is coming back at Survivor Series. Man, I've prayed for times like these. Our boy is coming back. As happy as I was, what do you mean by that? He's not gonna show up? I mean, I get it, but man, that was such a bittersweet. And I'm wondering why WWE revealed it. And Cody was so obvious about it. Our fifth member is a certain snake. A certain predator. Someone who hears things in his head, you know? Like I've said, I'm wondering why WWE revealed it before Survivor Series instead of making it a surprise. Could it be that CM Punk is not showing up at Survivor Series and WWE don't want us to set our expectations too high? I don't know, I made a whole video about this, so I don't really understand what's happening. It seemed like WWE are teasing CM Punk on purpose. But like I've said in my other video, maybe WWE decided to reveal Randy Orton just because they don't want CM Punk's return to overshadow Randy's return. Because look, Randy is my favorite superstar of all time, wrestler of all time, but CM Punk coming back is almost unreal. But you know, at this point, I'm gonna be okay with just Randy. That's a big deal in itself. I just wish we heard that surprise pop. But of course, Randy got revealed as the fifth member. Miz versus Gunter is going to be great. Shinsuke is still teasing someone, and Drew McIntyre is already a great heel. Welcome back to the channel, and let's talk about Monday Night Raw. The show kicked off with Drew McIntyre and he cut a really good promo, a heel that is actually being logical. He claims he's the same person he's always been. I love the fact that Drew McIntyre has a point. Jey Uso's family took something from Drew McIntyre's family when he was supposed to win the WWE Championship. And he reveals he didn't join the Judgment Day, but he will be joining the Judgment Day at War Games because Rhea Ripley gave something special to Drew McIntyre, and that is Jey Uso in a steel cage. We see main event Jey Uso, and he tells Drew McIntyre he's going to catch a beatdown. So we see all the War Games competitors, but Adam Pearce says no one is fighting outside of the War Games advantage match. If any of you will become physical, you will lose the advantage for the team. He also told the Babyface team to find the fifth member by the end of the night. And of course, we, the viewers, knew we are going to have to wait till the end of the night. And we didn't see Randy. Damien Priest expresses his frustrations with not being consulted about Drew McIntyre being added to the Judgment Day's War Games tag team. Rhea Ripley apologizes, and now they have to talk about who's going to face Jey Uso in the main event to win that War Games advantage. Obviously, Damien Priest wants to be that guy, but they waited until Drew McIntyre. And once we got Drew McIntyre convinced Damien Priest that he needs to face Jey Uso in the main event. They also talked about how they don't like each other. It's all about business. That's why I like Drew as a heel. He makes sense. We got Raquel Rodriguez versus Nia Jax, and it was fine. You guys know I'm not here to talk about Nia Jax. That is the last thing I want to do in my life. But, you know, I was kind of disappointed that Raquel lost because WWE were really high on Raquel. They're kind of similar characters, and I just don't see why would WWE pick Nia Jax over Raquel Rodriguez. Ugh. We got Becky Lynch versus Xia Li. So previously, Xia Li, every time she faced anyone, the match was stopped because she keeps injuring people. She's that damn strong. Like I've said, she could put Brock Lesnar down, but apparently she cannot put Becky Lynch down. Becky Lynch won the match. Very questionable decision. I thought this is something that would end in a disqualification or a countout or something along those lines. No contest, whatever. But yeah, Becky Lynch won the match, which was kind of surprising. Then we see Damage Control and of course the Babyface team as well, and we got a big brawl before Survivor Series War Games. This invasion type of thing just makes me miss SmackDown vs. Raw matches. With all this Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis conflict, I kinda thought we're actually getting it, but it seems like we ain't getting SmackDown vs. Raw, which is kinda crazy. We just got GMs back. Maybe it's about the tag team titles. They wanna split them up. I don't know. There are issues in the Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser is not happy with Vinci interfering, and he's not happy with Gunter's reaction. So when we got Johnny Gargano and Ludwig Kaiser, Vinci tried to interfere again, but Ludwig Kaiser focused on the wrong person and he lost the match. They kept arguing, and it seemed like Gunter kinda in a way promoted Vinci over Ludwig Kaiser. We all know that singles run is coming, and I'm kinda interested. Everybody wants the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, so we got the #1 contenders match. Fatal 4 4-way, which was fine. You guys know I'm a fan of number 1 contenders matches. We have Raw, we have SmackDown, we have plenty of matches that don't really matter that much, so what's the point? So whenever we have a number 1 contenders match for anything, I'm happy because it seems like I'm watching for a reason. Does that make any sense? Natalya and Tegan Nox won the match, and I'm kinda okay with this team. You know, I'm not crazy about it, but this is probably the most interesting thing Natalya did in years. Miz's and Gunter's face-off was great. Gunter keeps calling The Miz an entertainer and not a wrestler, and The Miz is actually proud of that. He grew up watching people like him, and The Miz will do whatever it takes to win that championship. He will become the 9-time Intercontinental Champion. But Gunter says he will be facing Mike Mizanin, and that was one of the best Gunter promos ever. He says, you got bullied in high school because of watching your heroes, and then you grew up, became a wrestler, and the heroes bullied you because you don't belong in pro wrestling. Man, that was cold. That was really cold. You know the story. The Miz got bullied backstage by, I believe, Chris Benoit. My god, I just said a naughty word. I think I hear police sirens coming towards my house. Gunter says, I understand that I need to bully you. He started pushing The Miz, embarrassing him until The Miz had enough. I like this version of The Miz, you know, just like I've said, he's a babyface, but he's still The Miz, and that's why he low-blowed Gunter. I'm excited about this match. We saw Shinsuke Nakamura versus Chad Gable, in which Shinsuke Nakamura won. Do you guys still believe CM Punk is showing up? I don't know. Some people claim it could be Roman Reigns, Logan Paul. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we don't know the answer. Cody Rhodes says he found the 5th member. So then we got the main event, Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre, which is kinda big because Jey Uso is the sole reason for Drew McIntyre turning heel. This was an advantage match for War Games, and Drew McIntyre picked up the W. After the match, Drew McIntyre and the Judgment Day attacked Jey Uso until we got the babyface team for the save, and they finally revealed by making a lot of references to Randy Orton, which people got after the first reference that it's Randy. So we got crazy pops, which is awesome, but at the same time, you know, I wish we got Randy, but yes, Randy Orton is the 5th member. That is actually official. Oh, and Jey Uso had a very different reaction than anyone else for obvious reasons. I think Randy is turning heel. I'm really happy Randy is coming back, but I really wish we got that surprise. If not at Survivor Series, at least make sure he shows up at Raw and makes an entrance instead of saying Randy Orton and the pop goes to everyone except Randy Orton. He won't be able to hear that. I don't even know if he watched Raw. I mean, the show is 3 hours. But anyway, people, that was a pretty decent episode of Raw. Thank you for watching this video. The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.